Last night, the Golden State Warriors lost to the Houston Rockets in kind of an embarrassing way. They had 20 turnovers. Steph Curry had 3 points. Moses Moody was non-existent. Draymond Green didn't do much. And Jimmy Butler refused to become a reliable scorer in the offense, right? We do not like to see things like that. But ultimately, even with a terrible game, they kept this thing close to one of the best teams in the Western Conference, the Houston Rockets. So even despite the loss, there's a lot of good things to take away from this game. I mean, to play that bad of basketball and still almost win this game is actually incredible. So right here, we're going to see this low post up here by Jimmy Butler. We're going to initiate this double team from the strong side corner, right? Sending that blitz. Now, usually when these blitz happen, right, we try to find the backdoor pass. We don't pass it. I don't really know why, but we don't. They rotate over. You have this guy playing point A and point B. So what we do is kick it out here to the top side. So Buddy Hield, wide open, creates rotation from the strong side. Boom. And now we're going to up fake, get him to overcommit, and find Pods. Pods has been a major bright spot for this team as of late. Big time shot here, drains it, gets it to go. Good ball movement. I want to see this pass get, go to Kuminga here. He's wide open. Maybe you create that rotation, but then you just have the opposite side and Kevon Looney wide open as well, right? But either way, ends up being a nice play. They make this a really close game, and then the Rockets pull away. So let's break down what happened towards the end of this game. So last night, the Rockets went from a man defense to a zone defense, back to a man, back to the zone, right? They try to really confuse this Warriors team, and at times, the Warriors did really good. Like right here, we find Jimmy Butler at that mid-range area. These are the shots I expect him to take and make almost every single time, right? But instead of shooting this ball, we're actually going to make a really smart move. We're going to look at Pods in that low post area, right? Big man's there. Big man's there. They can't cover all three. You're essentially playing a 3-on-2 offense. So what needs to happen is rotation from this defense, right? And as this starts to take place, what you're going to notice is we do a good job up faking, get Jabari Smith to overcommit. We drive, right? He's still at the top of the key. So all we're going to do is shift over to his zone and then shift over to the non-existent zone because he's got to play that low post. We find the open man and, our guy, Payton, drains that three. Again, good ball movement. I like the idea and I like what they're doing, but we need to be more consistent. Watch what happens in this fourth quarter. Another big time play here. I mean, you're only down by 4 as Aaron Holiday drives into the lane. We get that deflection here by Jimmy Butler. Great job by Gary Payton contesting with Big Alpy. And now we get a fast break in transition opportunity for Pods, who ultimately does get a layup to go here. Now you get a 2-point game. But this is when things start to get a little bit dicey here for the Golden State Warriors. Things just started to go in the opposite way. And it's going to start with a post up here from Steven Adams. And all we're going to do is send him baseline with that mismatch. Jabari Smith on Pods. They like this matchup all day, every day, and since they clear out that side of the floor, we basically just get a one-on-one opportunity with a massive mismatch. Just didn't have the size in some situations to really defend this, and Pods gets beat backdoor for a wide-open dunk, and things started to break open at this point. But the reason I'm really not panicking as a Warrior, as a fan of basketball, and speaking from the Warrior fan mindset, the fact that they were able to get exploited defensively in this fourth quarter and, have 20 turnovers and shoot the ball horrendously. I mean, your best player, Steph Curry, had 3 points in this game and it was a half-court buzzer beater, right? If you play in that type of game and are still only down by 2 or 4 points going into the fourth quarter, that is incredible. Moses Moody needs to play better, right? Draymond Green needs to play better. But the fact that your role players in terms of Pods and, Gary Payton, these guys had great games. Buddy Hield, I think, played okay. If they can establish that type of consistency from their role players and then get the consistent play from Steph and Jimmy and Draymond and these other guys, right? That's going to be huge for this team. Another one where we get just a straight isolation with Alpy posting up on Pods, right? If we're being honest here, you need to rotate, right? And it's hard because these guys can shoot threes, but if I'm Buddy Hield, I'm probably rotating. I'm sending that double right now, having Jimmy Butler play the difference, point A and point B, and then close out, because we know Alpi's going to score over Pods easily if we don't rotate over, and that's exactly what he does. So we need to see that double team. We need to put a little bit of pressure on him and then rotate out of it from there. And then you can even go back and look at the shot clock, right? We got about 3 seconds on the shot clock here. Send the double. If they've got to force up a late second three, you need to rotate in. You need to rotate in, because maybe that pass to the corner, you know, takes the clock all the way down. But again, some mistakes here and there. It's okay. They'll fix it. All right, now before we get any further into this film here, do me a big time favor, guys. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the video thus far. But if you guys want more of this content, more part 2s and more videos in general, comment down below P2. Okay, that will let me know that not only are you guys enjoying the videos, but you want more going forward. And also subscribe. We will be covering the Warriors throughout the entirety of the regular season and playoffs as well, man. Get excited. It's right around the corner. Now, another interesting play here. We double team Jalen Green at the top of the key. Again, they sent the double team a little bit too early. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and what that allows them to do is slot cut from the top. And now, at this point, we actually do a really good job contesting at the rim. But you're going to recognize here, we need to do a better job boxing out. Yes, our big man's closing out. He's trying to contest, but Draymond Green needs to go down there, go start to box out Steven Adams. And Amen Thompson puts up the layup. No good, but look at Steven Adams. Has great leverage here. Ends up rolling to him, and he gets the putback done or layup, right? Just things that you need to be able to fix. Things that you need to be able to do better is boxing out. You cannot allow those second chance opportunities. And then pretty much the dagger right here, Amen Thompson driving into the lane, creating a in the gaps type of defense. You already start to see these guys kind of hedge over. They're trying to play those gaps. They don't like when Amen Thompson or anyone drives into the lane, so they'll play the in the gaps defense where the defense just rotates over, right? You see Gary Payton rotating. You see Steph Curry playing inside, giving that backdoor leverage all day, every day. And as Amen Thompson rotates, so does their offense, right? We're going to see this guy spread out to the top of the key, right? Fill the gap, fill the lane, fill the space. And as we do that, we create even more rotation here by Gary Payton. And now, ultimately, they're wide open. If you're Draymond Green right here, you got to start moving, right? You got to be in the middle. You got to play the gaps, right? They got a corner man here. They got a top man at the top left of the key. We need to fill these lanes a lot better. We don't. And ultimately, they get a wide open three out of it. Late rotation from the defense. And again, you need to be communicating more. You need to be, you know, more instinctual. And at that point, the game was pretty much over. Down by 13, 4 minutes to go. Here's a Jalen Green isolation, pull up or step back mid-range, gets it to go. And you know, from this point, the game is over. They get another mismatch here. Dillon Brooks versus Pods. They want to send a double. They send it too late. And then he ends up hitting a scoop layup, and this game was over, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not panicking. If you're a Warriors fan, they're fine. They played their worst game of the season, what looked like, with Jimmy Butler, right? I need to see Jimmy Butler take over more. I need to see him want to be that dog, want to score 25 points in a game, right? I need to see Steph Curry hit more shots, right? They played great defense. Their ball intensity was insane, if we're being honest. I need to see Moses Moody hit some more shots, right? I need to see Draymond Green be a little bit more productive. 1 of 5, 0 of 1 from 3, not great. Moses Moody, 1 of 7. I mean, they were 3 of 22 combined, Draymond, Steph, and Moody. So those guys need to get better. And I need to see Jimmy take more shots. 7 shots in a game like this is not good. So hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.